Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Cyberrail, and I hope you all are doing really well. And I'm really very sorry that I wasn't so active onto this platform. I was not able to create videos. There was so much going in the behind the scenes that I was not really active in here. But don't worry, guys. Today I am here with one another video, and we are going to discuss about one more vulnerability, which I have already promised you that we are going to learn about the vulnerabilities. I'm going to help you to understand the basic and in the layman language that what are these vulnerabilities basically. So before I reveal today's vulnerabilities name, I have this question to you guys. Like, what do you feel that is there always a flaw in the code or in the backend, or you can say that if it is always the flow that is onto the codes itself? I personally feel, guys, it's not always the problem with the code. It's not always the problem with, or the flaw with what we are tackling right now, but it is sometimes the flaw that you feel is actually in the feature itself. So that is going to be the today's you can say vulnerability, which is business logic vulnerability. And I have, and you guys might think of it that I have heard so many people talking about it, but ever wondered how do they do it, and what's even the perspective behind it, how they're actually making money out of this vulnerability? We just know that there is a vulnerability named as business logic vulnerability, but we do not know how does this work, or what is this vulnerability about. Don't worry, guys. Today's video is going to be all about that, and you will find it really interesting when you'll see that it's not only in the code, it's not only in the back things. Sometimes it is just only in the feature, and sometimes it's just you're able to manipulate the request simply, and you boom, you are able to abuse the code that you thought that it is going to be for the 15%, but now you are able to get the 100% discount over it. Think of it, guys, think of it this way, that you are buying something, and at the same time you thought that I have this coupon code of 15% discount, and but I cannot actually afford this thing, and you suddenly thought you are an ethical hacker. You are an ethical hacker, guys. I am stating this again. Do not do this thing and manipulate thing for any malicious intentions or for any bad things, or bad a wrong and wrong piece of work for that. I'm just saying that if you find some vulnerability or some bug, just go ahead and responsibly um, do the report this to the organization, to the website owner, whosoever is tackling that. So I would say that firstly, before we proceed, I'm going to tell you what is business logic vulnerability, and like what do we basically do in that case, how we manage to tackle these things and everything. We are going to discuss a lot, you can say, but before that I would just go ahead and show you. Just give me a second. Yeah, here we go. This is my screen, I guess it is visible. Okay, let me just remove all of this so that I can just type in over here. So my question goes here is business logic vulnerabilities. Guys, I'll make it sure and repeat this thing once again. It's not always necessary that the code is always in the flaw. The flaw is always in the code. The simple thing that it is not always possible that you are finding, you are digging through the codes and you're not able to find it. It's not possible that it is in the code, guys. Sometimes it is in the feature, it is in the design. So business logic vulnerability works along that way, that the flaw is the flaw is in the design, not in the code. So the flaw is in the design, like the features you are looking for, the features you are actually going through along in on a website. Let's say you're looking at e-commerce, a normal e-commerce website. You're trying to buy something, and you see this feature is something fishy, suspicious, and you try to do something with it, and you are actually able to do it. So that is the flaw, guys. Did you actually went through the backend? Did you actually went to inspect what the code is? No, you just saw the design and you try to trick the design. That is what business logic vulnerability is. So before we proceed directly with something about it, this is just the basic definition that I wanted to make it to clear to you. Now we will proceed further, and I'll show you one blog that I have read and I came across. I will show you that, and we will learn how this worked for them and how they reported a bug for the bounty, or for the, you can say, as a responsible disclosure, you can say, to an organization, and what is coming along their way. So I'm going to show you that blog, that write up, and you'll be able to understand how this feature worked for them, and how this vulnerability actually landed them some good amount of bounty. And one more thing, guys, before we proceed directly to the, you can say, the blog, I would like to suggest this thing, that it's not always, you can say, about the bounties, and it's not always about the money. It's sometimes about your ethics, your manners, what you're trying to do, and what you're thinking. Because being an ethical hacker is always about ethics, manners, values, and responsibilities. Because if you're becoming responsible person, you have to carry that weight on your shoulders, and you cannot just directly go along and put any organization or website at a risk just because you wanted that money, you wanted that swag. So sometimes it's always about, you can say, uh, what do we call it, is yeah, manners, a value, responsibility. So just go along with it. So let's go ahead, and yeah, there we go. This is from Sagar Sajeev. I would definitely give whole of the credit to Sagar Sajeev, whosoever is he, and have written this wonderful write-up for the business logic vulnerability, and showing how the legitimate processing flaw of an application can also be abused and also cause a mess for an organization. You can see over here, guys, it is they have found an interesting business logic flaw and wanted to share it. So he said, according to the OWASP, BLV are ways of using the legitimate processing flaw of an application in a way that results in a negative consequences to the organization. As I mentioned, the same thing, guys, that it is something, it is a process, it is a flaw which can be abused, which can be manipulated. So that is what happening over here as well. You can see, how did he find it out? Let's discuss, and let's see the step-by-step procedure he have actually used for it, and how he have done it. Let me just remove my camera screen to here, so that you guys can see it perfectly what is written over here. Yeah, the first step he saw is the particular target e-commerce website offers 15% discount. The first and the foremost thing that I have given you an example of, you can say, a discount, coupon discount, a coupon abuse, right, guys? So this is something what he have also gone through, what he have also seen. There is a span of a total 400 or above according to the terms and conditions. You can buy something which is over 400, and that coupon code of 15% instant discount will only be given if your cart is having things which are above $400 or $400. So you can see that what if, guys, he is able to buy that even after his cost, or you can say the cart is loading up lesser than the 400. That could be the case, I guess. I'm not sure of it. Like, I just have seen it from the upper hand, and I saw that it is a good thing. We can let's share it with you, but it could be anything as well. But yeah, let's see what it states. I added some products to the cart so as to reach the 400 threshold cart value, and he did actually the same thing, that he wanted to reach that 400 threshold. So that's why he added on things which can actually go up to that particular value. And then that 15% discount coupon was added automatically, which seems interesting, right? And the last checkout page, they'll show you all the items. Obviously, we have all seen the e-commerce website, we have seen lots of other things as well. So there are things which are seen over here. Well, they had no option to remove any item from the cart, right? Okay. They don't have this removing option, but he removed a bunch of items and brought down the cart value to around 120, which is far away from the 400. So that means the coupon should itself automatically remove as well, if it have automatically been applied and added to the cart when they are actually having a threshold of $400. That is the normal working an organization or a website should work when they're implying something, right? So let's see what it happens. To my surprise, the coupon was still valid and I was offered 15% instant discount, even though the cart value was less than $400. Look, guys, that is what I mentioned in the start because that was somehow my instinct raising up and saying, yeah, it could be something, right? So this is something that happened and they actually took this part. I made the purchase for $120, and as per the invoice, the discount was indeed applied, which is definitely a business logic flaw. Because, why? Because now there comes this question, why? Because, guys, if it is automatically applied, it should automatically be removed as well, either, or that coupon code should not be valid because the threshold earlier was mentioned to be the 400 for that coupon discount, which doesn't make sense if it is after it is being applied even after that. So that is why this is just a simple thing that is happening, but this is inside, neither inside the code, this is neither inside something very deep scanning that you have to go through. It is just above the scan, and this is the normal thing that happened. It is the flaw that the organizations or website is not working properly. That is the flaw inside that website. So that is how business logic vulnerabilities actually look like. So this is one of the thing, and they reported this vulnerability to security department of the e-commerce, which is indeed a responsible step, and that is why it is always said be responsible, guys, which is a good thing. I would appreciate his responsibility done. You can see he have been awarded as like you can say he was awarded 400 as an additional 200 coupon as well. That means he was not only he was in order, he was applied, he was given a bounty of $600, and they have mentioned that this is a high severity bug, and obviously it is because it can loss them money, it can lose their reputation, it could be a loss of so many things there. So now comes the question that how basically you would prevent from happening such sort of business flaws. There comes this question. This is, you can say, indeed a vulnerable question, because many people think that the only understanding about the vulnerability is important, but no, it is not always only the most important thing. It is always important as well that you understand how to prevent or how to protect yourself from such sort of vulnerabilities. Let's see the prevention as well, and I'll give you a quick hands on for it if it's possible. I'll just see how long it went. You can say preventing business logic vulnerability involves robust server side validation. Obviously we should always give a server side validation so that a server is getting what the server is actually sending to a normal user. Strict access control. Obviously, guys, strict access control is very important, because even if the least privileges are able to get the high privileges, then then that doesn't even make sense that how things are actually going and how to keep in hands on with it. So manual testing, you should always do the manual testing, as we understood right now. This is indeed the most important thing. And there are another thing, understand the business, understand the features and the workflow of the features, so that you can get to know. And you can also have to prevent layers like a 2FA, MFA. There are so many things you can imply. Then comes map, and there are testing methods, how you can test map abuse cases, manual testing, business process, okay, sorry, business process validation, rate limiting. Obviously rate limiting is important. Anomaly detections, there are so many tools like anomaly detections which can help you to detect those anomaly beforehand. But yeah, in some cases it can also give you false positive. It's not always sure of it that it will definitely give you the false positive, but it can help you as well. So keeping that on hand is important, so that later on you won't face that issue, right? So I hope that it is clear, guys, what is business logic vulnerability and how you can prevent from such sort of vulnerabilities. It is not only about the coupon code, guys, which we have read as an example for the business logic vulnerability uh, write up. It could be related to the price manipulation as well, and it could be related to some other product stuff as well. Like you brought a product for 100 in your cart, you mentioned that in your cart, but when you try to manipulate it to $1, you are able to buy buy that for $1 actually. So that is also a business logic vulnerability. So you should understand and mention it, that what is actually the problem. You The thing is to understand is, you can call that the understanding of the features and the flow, you can say, not the flow of the website. What your website is doing, how it is flowing, how it is getting things done, and what is the feature going on, what is this feature useful for, and what can lead to cross manipulative things, what can happen in that case. Think like an attacker, guys, when you are protecting some organization, some website, so that you can actually think of a way, and your creativity skills also improves. So I hope that you like this video, guys. If you like this, do not forget to subscribe to my channel Cyberwhale, and also hit the like button, and do not forget to share it with your friends and colleagues, so that they can also get a benefit out of it and understand and protect their systems from any such attacks later on in the stage, or vulnerabilities, so the gap can be fulfilled and can be prevented beforehand. I hope you like this video. See you in the upcoming session and the videos, guys, where I will try to bring some hands on as well, as soon as I get more handy with my time and I can stretch extra for you. So till the time, have a good day, take care, bye bye, and see you guys.